Alright, I'm looking around and I'm seeing that every single person has a paper and pencil out, so that does show improvement. There were days in the beginning when that didn't get done. So very good job. Following procedures. You got your date written down because you've already done a Bower quiz. You know what happens when you don't write dates. Was anybody absent Friday? That needs to take the quiz. Did I give it to you? Okay, I'm gonna take it right now. Okay, anybody else gonna take the quiz from Friday? I'm gonna take it now. Okay. I'm gonna do that. Stop talking. People have to. I was just talking to a student. She had to yell so I could hear her. That's too much. Too many people talking. Too many people. Some people still choosing to talk. Some people still trying to be the special ones. Fine, I'll stop talking, but you think you can keep talking? Oh, I'll let them stop talking, but I'm gonna keep talking. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. All right. So yes, today is September 18th. Number one says write the standard, and I don't mean write the numbers. It says MA, that's mathematics. 9-12, that means high school mathematics, 9th through 12th grade. AR, algebraic reasoning. That's what AR is. Algebraic reasoning. 2.6. It's our second chapter. It's also that second curriculum topic. And here's the standard that the Department of Education said that we should teach all of our Algebra 1 students. Given a math or real-world context, write and solve one variable linear inequalities, including compound inequalities. So, we've actually been working on this for quite some time now, ever since we started chapter 2. Today we're starting compound inequalities. So, number 2 are some real-world examples of compound inequalities. Take a moment to read it. Okay. All right, so it says write inequality to represent each situation. Number 2A. The reason this one is called a compound inequality and not just a regular inequality is because of the words in between. The temperature yesterday was between 86 and 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So how do we show using symbols in between? I'm going to use T for temperature. If it was between 86 and 91, I'm going to put the 86 and the 91 on either side of the T value. And then I have to show like the inequalities that would make that true. If it's between 86 and 91, it would be higher than 86, but less than 91. This, because you're using two symbols, is defined as a compound inequality instead of just a regular inequality. The temperature lands between 86 and 91. When people are programming software, like, I don't know, maybe it's a news alert, and if the temperature is between 105 and 110, that's extremely hot, and the weather app send out alerts. When they put that into the app, the software, they don't use the words between, they use these symbols. Okay? So moving from words to symbols is moving from language to programming. So this is what our phone has inside the app. If it's going to give us a hot weather alert, it would be inputted as like 105, the temperature, and 110. And then boom, a hot weather alert would come out. They wouldn't use words. Okay? So we're just applying symbols to things that really already make sense to us using our language. Letter B. David has less than 70 community service hours, but Nick has more than 85. Okay, this is a different type of inequality. There's no in between. So you just show this as two separate inequalities, even though it's both talking about community service hours. So I'm gonna use H for hours. So this I will show David's hours here, and I will show Nick's hours here. David has his hours are less than 70. Nick has more than 85. So Nick's hours are greater than 85. So when it's two separate things like that, it's typically separated by the word or. So the hours between these two students is less than 70 or more than 85. So we're moving today from just one inequality to compound, where there's two symbols that we have to think about when we're writing our workout. Who's got a question? Okay, there wasn't an assignment Friday. You guys had that quiz, and then I didn't assign anything after that, so we're gonna get right into notes. But before we do, I want to tell you this white box here is gonna be here. This is full of page protectors. These were donated, so these are for you guys. If your like hole punches got ripped, or you just didn't hole punch them well, you can put these in your binder for your pages. Okay, so when you're, I mean, don't come up right now, but at the end of class, or if you need one, I think everybody should take one. You know what? I'm gonna pass one back at least for everybody. Put this in your binder in case your page ever falls out. You can put it wherever you need it. But if you need more, I mean, everybody can take 3 of these, to be honest with you, to keep in there. So put this in there just to help you if things get messy later in the year. And if you need more, you can come get more later when I'm done the lesson. Put this in your binder. Yeah, if you already have some, have your teachers already given you these? If you don't need one, sorry, you can put it back in the basket. This is just to keep in there, like, so some people when they rip stuff out. I have a purple one in my car. in your three rings so that if you ever like rip your pages when you're ripping them out and they get ripped, that you can have that to put them in. Because some people's pages are like really falling out. Back at it. Back at it. Right. All right, guys, go to page 131, do A through D. All right, these are compound inequalities. These are direct compound inequalities. Please put your phone away. Do you have your book today? Am I on the wrong page? No, I am on the right page. You ready? You ready for page 1? Take a look at the number lines. You're going to try to write a compound inequality for these number lines. Okay? Take a look at it, think about it, try to figure it out. I'm going to show you the answers, but evidence shows. But you gotta look at it, try it out before I start telling you things and you're writing it down. Okay? I'm going to try to be quiet. You guys be quiet. Look at it. Try to figure out what it's saying. So it's kind of like the temperature thing. When you look at the first graph, it's in between -6 and 3. So it's kind of like the temperature example. Okay? Try to connect the number lines to the temperature example or to the community service hours example. There's two more like this in the PDF that you have to do. All right, I'm seeing some good stuff over here in this side of the classroom. I got people working. Good. All right, good. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. We got open circles and we got closed dots up there. So as a reminder, your symbols for open circles have the line in the middle. If the number is included as in equal to, they do have the line underneath them. So that might be helpful. All right, you have enough time. Okay, so you were talking about Alright, the conversations went from helpful to off task, so I'm in. You guys ready? Alright, so this says this graph goes in between -6 and 3. So guys, I'm just gonna write the first number down. I'm gonna write the last number down. Okay? In the middle, I'm gonna pick any number, any letter I want. This time I'm gonna do N. You can use X, Y, N, whatever you want. I just randomly pick a letter. Okay, so this means M is in between these numbers, so it's going less than 3, and it is more than -6. So if I was to describe this with words, I would say M is greater than or equal to -6, but it does not go any higher than 3. It's less than 3. Okay, so there's two things that define M, what it's more than and what it's less than. It's like a compound sentence in English, but it's a compound inequality. 2 parts. All right, now this one has a huge gap. If there's a big gap in the graph, you're going to use the word or, kind of like I did here for the two David and Nick's community service hours. So for the gap, I'm going to put or in. Over here, I'm going to use M again. You can use anything. Over here, this is pointing to the left. So left is less than. So I'm going to say M is less than or equal to -6. And then I'm going to hit the or word, and then I'm going to show what else M could be. I'm going to use the same letter in the or problem on the left and right. I'm going to say on this side, any arrows going right are greater than. Say M is greater than 3. I'm going to box the answers so you understand everything that's required. This is what it should look like. The left side, or in the gap, the right side. Okay, now that I've done 2, I'll pause for 1 second only and see if you want to fix your C and D. Go ahead and try C and D now that I've done 2. 1 second. Alright, so here I am. This is highlighted in the middle, so I'm going to draw a little arrow here. I'm going to write my numbers. I got a -5 and a 4. I'm going to pick another letter, M. M is going to go less than or equal to 4, and it's greater than -5. And on letter D, this is an or question because it's got a big gap in it. Over here, M is less than -5, and M is greater than or equal to 4. Are we good? There are examples in the book, so read the book for help. We're good. All right, we are now on page 133. Now we're going to switch the process, I believe. Yeah, okay, so now we're just going to be given words, no line. So it's more challenging. So, I got a typo here. For and inequalities, you write it in the middle. So if you read the word and, you do the middle thing, like this. However, if you read the word or, it's two separate inequalities like this one. I wonder if I could edit this. I don't like that inequalities there. Ooh, done. Will you guys please write this note somewhere on your paper? I mean, if it's gonna be a waste of time, don't do it. But I think it'll be helpful. If the word says and this is typically, hopefully there's no tricks in here, but there probably will be. This is typically, it's not 100%, but typically and, you can write it in the middle, or you can write it as two separate ones. The ands come together, the ors generally have arrows going away from each other. Generally. Sometimes they'll word it on purpose just to trick you. Make you really read. When it becomes more about reading comprehension than math, I start to shake my head. Wait, it's greater than 4, but no less than 3. They could, yeah. I could picture that sentence. They will try to weird it in any kind of new way they can, just to get you thinking more deeply. That's what our math is all about. It's using our brains. All right, so here's some examples. Intersections and unions. And I wanted you to see the word or. Oh wow, just like that. Oh. Here they use the word and you can see their graph is going and their variables in the middle. Whereas in the letter B, they use the word or, and you can see they're going away. So it says x is greater than -8 and less than or equal to 4. And next one in the middle. The letter B, y is at most 0 or at least 3/2, and the arrows go opposite. So the note I gave you is just kind of like a cheat code in figuring that out. This is what I want you to do. I want you to try these. Page 134, 1 through 3. Try these gray box. We're going to do like 6 gray box problems, and then you guys are going to do the assignment. Were you able to find the page numbers? The page numbers in here are different than the ones in the book. Okay, so you have one here. And then if the page numbers are different, they'll be like the table of contents here. Don't go to the page number, but go to the section. I'm coming around to see you write something. Or maybe I just do it and you can write it. Okay. A number is more than 0 and, okay, look it. I see the word and, so I should have the letter in the middle. More than 0, so I'm going to write the 0 down. I'm going to write the 10 down. Okay, you read the numbers, write both numbers down. Since it's and, the letter goes in the middle. It's like number 1. Number D is more than 0 and less than 10. So it's less than 10, more than 0. The letter goes in the middle. For and, put the letter in the middle. So this, maybe I go -5, 0, 5, 10, 15. I would put an open circle at 0 through an open circle at 10. The and one should meet in the middle. Alright, so for or, you need to do more like this, where it's 2 totally different things. Don't try to jam it in between 2 symbols, do it like this. So I'm going to wait again, try number 2. Okay, A is fewer than -6. So A is fewer than -6, A is less than -6. I'm just going to write the word or. No less than -3. Wow, no less than actually means more than. You know? Like, really roundabout way of saying that. More than is the same as no less than. So, or it is more than -3. So when I graph this, typically or questions have arrows going apart. So maybe I call 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. So we got an A less than -6, so that arrow goes left. And we have an A actually greater than -3, goes right. So or there's a gap in the middle. Compare these graphs. So I'm gonna graph both of these. The first one says x is in between -4 and -6. Looks like that. This one says x is less than -6. If you can figure this last one out, your symbols are really going to sink in for you. This one says x should be less than -6. So that means for this one, my arrow goes this way. Over here, x is more than -6. Here, x is less than -6. They can't put it in the middle if it's going two different ways. Or x is greater than -4. Okay? So just take a moment and see. Every symbol, every letter, and every number is the same. The only thing different is the word or, and this one is flipped. X was greater here, and now x is less than here. So the details are importante. Yeah. Which one doesn't belong? They all say or. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at a picture. So. This one says A greater than 4. Use a different color. And A less than 3. That's that one. Let's do this one. 0, -2, 2, 4, 6, 8. This one says less than -2, and this one says more than 8. Okay, those look very similar. This would be -5, 0, 5, and 10. This is greater than 7 and less than -5. Okay, that checks out. This one, 0, 5, 10, -5, -10. This one says A is less than 6 and A is greater than -9. Yeah, so this one overlaps. The symbols are flipped. So this is the only one that, even though it says or, it's actually and. So this is showing you in this which one doesn't belong. It's showing you how they can trick you, like with the words. So sometimes you have to check, see what it looks like. The words being or going opposite and being together works 98% of the time. But then they started writing things differently just to make you think about it more deeply. Thank you. Okay, let's move to our next set of questions. All right, we're going to get into actually solving some of these. So that was writing, understanding, and graphing. This example 2 is about actually solving. So, pretty much what your goal is to get the letter alone in the middle. If you want to write a goal, so get your head right. In the middle, it should only be a letter. Like this T is by itself. That's how it should look. When I look at letter A, the X is not by itself. I see what the book is showing you. I'm going to show you a shorter way. In letter A, there is a -2 in the middle. I got a line here and a line here. My eyes are focused on the middle of the symbols. It should only be X. So how do I cancel out -2? I'm going to add 2. So because there's 2 lines, I have to add 2 here and on the other side. So you're adding 2 in 3 places down. These are like a little bit more fun than regular equations. So that leaves you with X is less than 5 and greater than -2. So they wrote it with the word and, but I would prefer you do it my way. My way is shorter. You just move the 2's around, it's written in the middle, as it should be. And then on letter B, letter B, they showed it my way. They subtracted 1 from all 3 parts, divided by -2. They flipped the symbol without even telling you. Oh, they did right here. Notice from here to here, the symbol gets flipped because when you divide by a negative, you flip a symbol. Both symbols are flipped. Graphed it on another line. The only thing that happened is it went from this to this. Oh, and then yeah. Because you're supposed to write it like the number line. So negative sides, negative numbers should be on the left of positive numbers. So they also rewrite it. They rewrite it in order. That's why the -4 is there and the 2 is there. Good detail. Are y'all, you are going to try these. No, 1 through 8. Page 135, 1 through 8. 5 through 8, sorry. So try 5 and 6 and I'll jump in. I'm going to pause, give you a chance to try it, and I will jump in. Mm-hmm. Did you do the number 5? Did you do number 5? Yeah. What did you end up with? Look, there's a symbol and there's a symbol, so 2 lines, right? All right, here's M. M's supposed to be alone. How do I get rid of a +4? Take away 4. Now, because there's 2 sides, I'm going to take away 4 here and here. Okay, so you're taking away 4 in multiple places. So 5 take away 4 is 1. The M is in the middle. And then I have a 6 right here. Okay? Now, to make that graph, to make that graph, I just need 1 and 6. I'll go 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to do a closed dot at 1, open circle at 6. Who got it right? Don't tell me if you got it right. All right, all right. Now, obviously, number 6 is a 12 because they throw a fraction at you. That's just one way to get students to just quit. So I'm going to add 5 here and here. And that puts a 2 in. I got 2/3 K and I got a 5. How do I get rid of 2/3 times K? I'm going to use the, anybody? Or reciprocal. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to put a 3/2 because 3/2 times 2/3 is 6/6, which is an invisible 1. So I'm going to multiply this by 3/2, and I'm going to multiply this by 3/2. And so that's 6/2 there is less than K is less than 15/2. So that's 3 is less than K is less than 15/2 is 7.5. So I'll go 0, 1, 2, 3. So now I have an open circle at 3 and an open circle at 7.5. All right, so for these OR questions, the last 2, you just treat them as 2 completely different problems. Don't combine. Okay, so for OR questions, if there's a word in there, just don't even try doing it all the same. Just look at it as, man, they gave me 2 questions instead of 1 this time. I'm going to really separate them on my screen. So this is number 7. And then I'm just totally in a whole different zone. I'll do this one. Okay? So I don't do anything in multiple parts or anything like that. Minus the 3. Can I get a volunteer to come up and finish this one for 1 point extra credit? Landon? For everybody who has a question to come see me. Okay? Not because I don't want to help you, but because I want to give you a chance to ask me a question. What'd I do? Yeah. The assignment today was page 139, 1 through 8, right? Right? Am I right? Yes. Yes. Early finishers. You're gonna do 13 and 14. And then also 31 through 34. All right. Please try something and bring your book to me and I will help you. I'm trying to be available to you to ask individualized questions.